actually enjoy treating your customers like a piece of shit, because that's how I felt when I went to the Alamo Draft House. Okay? You know what? I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to text in your little crappy-ass theater. It was too fucking dark in that place for me to find my seat, alright? I was using my phone as a flashlight to get to my fucking seat. So excuse me for using my phone in USA, the United States of America, where you are free to text in a theater. I was not aware that I couldn't text in your theater, alright? I've texted in all the other theaters in Austin, and no one ever gave a fuck about what I was doing with my fucking phone, alright? And it was on silent. It wasn't on loud. It wasn't bothering anybody. You guys, obviously, were being assholes to me, and I'm sure that's what you do, you know, to rip people off. You take my money, and then you throw me out. You know, I will never be coming back to your Alamo Draft House or whatever. I'd rather go to a regular theater where people are actually polite. And, you know, I'm going to tell everyone about how you are. And I'm pretty sure you guys are being on purpose. So thanks for making me feel like a customer. Thanks for taking my money.
Dead ass. Serious. I would hate me too. Look at me. Think he the shit. This nigga don't even crease his Air Forces. What the f? Shut the fuck up. You lying.
Phenom Radio is the home of the hottest indie music. Tune into the Phenom Radio Top 20 Countdown, Monday through Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific.
A razor sharp pussy, raid your paws pussy, when the sun.
So many times I played the fool, man, he'll be low. I'm too fly to be sitting here lonely, feeling for the ride, wanna put it on me. Pittsburgh. You get inside and when I grind it, I can't deny it, feels so exciting, deeper.
Don't cut it. Pinch plus off.
Is no
Restart.
result.
Cause every time you get inside, I lose control.
I ain't never been betrayed by an enemy. That shit is only ever come from them saying friend to me. They so thought you was coming, but you been hiding behind
Twitter made
So many times I played the fool and meant hell below. I'm too fly to be sitting here lonely, feeling for the ride, wanna put it on me. Pittsburgh. When you get inside and when I grind it, I can't deny it, feels so exciting, deeper
Pinch plus all.
is no
Restart.
A better job, a better home, a better life. Who hasn't wished for these things, worked for them, and sought a place where they had a better chance of becoming real? For generations, Brockton has welcomed those seeking something better. From those who came in search of opportunity to today's multicultural population that makes us the most diverse community in all of New England. Brockton is a place where homes are more affordable, communities closer, where a strong and talented workforce fuels the success of businesses big and small, and the vision of a more diverse and equitable America is being realized every day. It's where ideas take root, businesses grow, communities thrive, new beginnings unfold, and the promise of a better life is kept. Brockton, Massachusetts, where better begins.
Time to grow up. You got a problem with your self-esteem and ego. Oh, here we go again. It's time to grow up now.
I know what you're thinking. Is this the booth, drafting the circuits, three-way theater, or the Kevin Jackson show? Well, to tell you the truth, in all this excitement, I kinda lost track myself here on Hoobazoo.com. So, do you feel lucky, punk?
Caught in the crossfire.
you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
This is blasphemy. This is madness. This is the booth.
All right, your boy Sinister One broadcasting live from the City of Champions. You are watching The Booth. My second guest, Klay McKenzie, he's already in the waiting room. He's ready to get on this show, but we got my first guest here. We've also got to thank my listeners from last week, my viewers from last week, my guest from last week, Susie Q. Shaw Consulting. She came on here last week, held it down. Big props to her for coming on the show. Also, tonight I'm going to be joined by the first guest in the upper left-hand corner, Morgan E. Hawk, battle rapper, and Rift Anime, Klay McKenzie, is going to be on for the second half of the show. And before I got into the show tonight, y'all saw, I like to share little funny clips before we go live. And that shimmy, shimmy, old dirty bastard, them kids killed it. That is now part of my show intros. I flip my intros every week and do something different, so that is now added to rotation. I got to get into my sponsors. Also, Michael Douglas Barreto, MDB Electronics. This is the guy. I'm a big gamer. I'm on Xbox all the time. New Call of Duty came out, and we're gaming. New stuff on Game Pass, we gaming. Well, if your controller drifts or breaks or whatever, this is the guy to send it out to. 24 hours, 48 hours, you're back to gaming. Lifetime warranty, puts a little sticker inside. If your controller sticks or drifts again, you send it right back out to him. He fixes it for nothing, sends it right back to you. He's been able to revive controllers from the dead for me. This dude, Michael Douglas Beretta, is real good. Keep him out, check him out, MDB Electronics. Also, 494,000 streams, Viana Marie. Let's push them to 500,000. Get up on there. Listen to her music, Viana Marie's Library, 494,000 streams. The latest project, it's personal, but she's got a new Christmas project coming out called Pure Joy with a single featuring Travis Partington, once again from Oscar Mike Radio. Also, Viana Marie, and let's see what we got. Also, we're trying to get Best Collab with Infamous Mob, BBM, for a little bit different. So we're trying to get that done for the New England Hip Hop Award. We're going to make sure to nominate them for that, for the best collabo. Also, Tactical Target Systems. When you see me at the range and you see them crazy life-size zombie targets, because I have a fear of the zombie apocalypse, and I want to be Rick Grimes. I don't want to be that black dude in the first 5 minutes of the film getting killed. I want to be the guy holding it down and last at least 3 or 4 seasons. That's me. I want to last 3 or 4 seasons. Also, I love Boston Sports. These are the shirts that I have that you could possibly win in the chat. We got a lot of people in the chat, too. Kimberly Ann, Empowerment Photography. Ladies, if you want to get some photos done, get put into a nice, comfortable setting, take some sexy photos. Kimberly Ann, Empowerment Photography. There's my artist, Viana Marie, right there on the left-hand side. And Underwatch Protective Services, Mobile Foot Patrol, Armed Guards, Unarmed Guards, Event Security, and Private Security. Reach out to them if you need that. And before we get into the news booth, I've got my first guest right up here with me. And I'm going to let him I'm going to introduce him and get him on. He's actually looking down. He must be watching. You there, Morgan? I got Morgan E. Hawk with me on tonight, and Klay McKenzie. I know you're in the waiting room, so if you're watching the show, man, please hang tight. And he's going to be our second guest for tonight. And Morgan, introduce yourself. Let these people know who you are, man.
Okay. So I'm a little bit of everything. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a rapper. I'm a celebrity. I'm a book writer. I'm a movie writer, and I'm so many things that I lost count.
And oh my God, my dog Joopy is trying to steal the show
Oh,
here.
and I'm a dog lover, except the Chihuahuas. I don't like Chihuahuas. I don't like Chihuahuas.
Chihuahuas are mean. Joopy is a rescue. We rescued her during actually COVID. Paws in New England is where we got her from. So if you're looking to adopt a dog, Paws in New England is a great place. And I'll just let you guys know, they ain't playing. They don't take no shenanigans. Hold on a second. Open the door. Trying to go out.
But yeah, she
So the Paws for New England, I'm just gonna mention this real quick. Paws for New England, they do a serious background check. This was during COVID. They actually did a Zoom with me and had me do a walk around of my house. They had me do a walk around of the backyard and everything because they didn't want, she's a pit bull, so they didn't want her to go to a home where she's going to be, used for bad stuff or, breeding and all that stuff. So they did a thorough check. I had to provide heartworm for my previous dogs to show that I get the heartworm and rabies and stuff done, or else I would have been denied. So, big shout out to Paws for New England and
paperwork.
For hooking me
yeah,
up.
Paperwork.
Yeah. So they, Paws for New England. So if you're looking for a pet, you're trying to do a rescue, and you're looking for a reliable company,
companion,
they're the ones to deal with. So Morgan E. Hawk is on the show with me, and I see Klay McKenzie is in the chat. Klay, if you can, drop your links in the chat before you come on. That'd be great. Klay McKenzie is going to be coming on here in 7:30. So, what is your main focus? What is the main thing you do out of all the stuff you just mentioned to?
My main focus is being well, I am a celebrity, so that don't count. But all around performer. So like I know a lot of people see celebrities and they think, oh, this is all fun. But let me tell you, well, it's not what you see on the TV. It's not. It's a lot of bullshit. And what really sucks is it's all about the money. I have worked so hard and I've worked so many. I haven't even got paycheck. Not one paycheck. So that's what a lot of it is. You think that when you see Dave East collaborating live with Lil Wayne, so you think it's fun, right? Because it's fun. But how do you think those two got there? Money. So that's what it really comes down to. Money. My company wants me to collaborate with these guys, but I can't collaborate with them until the money comes out. And if the money don't come out, then I don't work. So the money pays for transportation, money pays for my show, money pays for the performance. But without the money, I can't show up. That's what it really comes down to. So besides that, I do a lot of local shows. I got one coming up in Ludlow, Massachusetts. I'm not performing, but I'm gonna be there. My company's gonna do it. Next year, I am gonna be touring. So yeah. I do a lot of local shows in Rhode Island.
Okay, we'll have to keep an eye out. You said December 9th. I think you told me off air that you were going to be out this way, Ludlow, Mass.
I'm going to be in Ludlow, Massachusetts on December 9th.
Okay. Bill Atwood, I see you in the chat. Thanks for tuning in, man. Thank you for showing support. And again, we're interviewing Morgan E. Hawk here. He's a battle rapper. He's also done some script writing, film writing. Do you have any projects on tap right now that you're working on?
Not right now, but I got some in the making.
Okay.
It's all about the money. But
what's your genre of film that you're writing for? What do you like to write for?
Oh, uh, well, I'm more like motivational, and in a way, like uh, I can say it this way: like when I was in high school, most of the people were struggling. Me, oh, I was struggling. I was seeing my classmates, and they were seeing me, but deep down, there was something wrong with me. I didn't know it, and there was something wrong with me. But then when I discovered rap, I listened to DMX, Eminem, Young M.A., who Young M.A. actually, I met Young M.A. I actually got to meet Young M.A. at a meet and greet before her show. And I said, "You inspired me." And she said, "Oh, thank you." But I've seen Young M.A. 2 times. I've seen A Boogie with a Hoodie 1 time. I saw DMX 1 time. I saw Riff Raff 1 time. I saw Hollywood Undead 1 time. So I've always been a person that's never given up. And I've lost a lot of people like many. I've lost a lot of people to drugs, a lot of people to the streets, a lot of people to prison. But you know what? I myself am so loving and caring that I've always had their back and they've always had mine. And the surprising part is I was always outside doing what I do. I didn't even tell my mama because I didn't want her to worry. And the surprising part is I've never been arrested. Never been arrested, never been court, never been jumped, never been set up. I've never. But I've always been hanging out with my homies for like since day one, and we've we've been a solid team, and I've always had their back. When everyone else didn't, I've always had it.
And it's funny because you actually was referred to me to speak to through MMA fighter who I ring announced for. I'm trying to remember
Oh,
who it
wait.
was.
You mean Matt the Mangler?
Yes, the Mangler.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Mangler.
Matt Bissett.
Yeah,
He actually
Matt Bissett.
hit me up. You know, I've actually been in the cage and announced Matt many of times. I've announced Matt coming to that cage, and
Yeah,
good kudos to him because Matt was the guy who said, "Hey, you know something? This is a good guy to have on your show." You know, people usually don't give people props, but you know me, this is my show. The booth is my
yeah.
show. The booth is under Storm Productions. I have on whoever I want
So
on my show. You know what I'm
yeah, it's
saying?
more
So
like I I have done good, I've done bad. The one thing I'm really proud of is never giving up and always seeing people and like I've always say, all right, I'll see you around or I'll see you later. But like some watchers are probably saying, well, weren't you ever worried about being maybe set up? I was like, no, I never was. Or what about going to court or prison? I was like, no, I never was. So like I've hung out with people who've been there, yeah. But like we would be at a pizza place or we would be at their house like chilling. But it's just like a lot of people see me as me, but they'll judge me because they don't know me. But if the watchers give me a chance to explain myself, then all they hear is what they think they know. But if I can explain myself to you, you'll realize that I'm really not what they think because I'm more of a John Cena type of guy because like I'm motivational, I'm polite, and I want what's best for you. So your life might be kind of messed up, but my life was already messed up. I lived. I had a father who passed away when I was a baby. So growing up, I didn't have a father in my life. I didn't have one. I grew up without a father. So it was really hard on me, and that was part of the problems with me. But then when I became an adult, I got into rap and I helped a lot of people along the way, and one of them has a family of his own, and I've never left his back. I've never left it. My mama would say, "Why are you hanging out with him? He's been to jail." I would tell her, "I've always hung out with him. Even when he didn't want me to, I always hung out with him." I would pick up the phone every time he called because you really don't know when the last time you're gonna see him is. You don't know. You really don't know when the time is gonna come. I've lost a lot of people. I've lost too many. But
Mm.
for me, as me, I'm still motivational. I'm still outgoing, and that ain't never gonna change. I ain't never worried. As far as the future goes, I, as far as like prison goes, the only way I would end up in there is to pick my friend up. As far as that goes, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing because I'm positive. You always want to stay positive now. I've had dark days, yeah, but I've conquered them, and I'm really proud of myself for staying in it.
Right, right. And it's funny you talk about that because, sometimes what happens is when people choose a certain type of lifestyle, there's always that one or two people who are in that group who are living their life a certain way, the straight and narrow path. And I can kind of relate to that. I grew up, with good grades, but, I hung around with people who, they had to do what they had to do, and sometimes people be like, "Yo, why you hanging with us, man? You got a good job, this. There were times where people would say to me, "Yo, we got to go handle some shit. They want to go home." You know what I'm saying? And
Exactly.
what that's about respect, man. That's what you got to realize. That's about respect. That's letting you know how much respect that person has for you, to where if they don't want you involved in their grime, that's respect. That's not downing you in any way. That's not clowning you in any way. That's respect because they recognize
Exactly.
who you are
So
as a
the person
person.
who I respected the most, so they would go out and do dumb shit and get arrested. But you know what? They've never done it with me. Never with
Right.
me. So we would be respectful to each other. So that's exactly what I'm feeling. Like he could have got me involved, yeah. But you know what? He would send me home every time. He would drop me off at the house every time. And I would say, "I'll see you around." Yeah, I'll see you around. But then I get a call, he's locked up. But you know what? I was still at my house. I wasn't
Because
there. I
he
wasn't around that.
respected you. Yeah.
Why? Because he respects me. He didn't
Right.
want me
He
to be there.
respected you. And it's
He didn't want me to be
weird.
there.
It's weird like that. And I'll tell a quick story. I was a manager, and I don't want to say where I worked. I don't want to really tell all. But I work. Okay, so I worked at a place where they hired a lot of guys that had just got out of jail. I was a manager, and I had a guy who ended up, becoming an assistant manager. He did good. He worked his way up. He got back in with his girl. Things were going nice. And then one weekend, I come back from one weekend after work, and then my boss pulls me aside and shows me cameras, and he shows me that this my new assistant manager was, helping a friend. I say I don't want to get this. I don't want to bring it all out. And let's see, how can I word this?
What's the
He was
short
helping.
story?
He was helping a friend steal some stuff from where we worked, and he ended up getting fired. And it pissed me off. I was angry because I'm like, "Yo, bro," I'm like, you was on the come up. You had a good job. You had a title for yourself. You were supporting your family. Why throw this all? Why do this? Why throw this all away? He's like, because
And
me
what
and
did
my
he
boy,
say?
we was in jail together, and we went through some stuff you wouldn't understand. And I was like, but you know what I'm saying? It's weird. That street life is weird. You'll
It
show all
is
this
weird.
respect. You'll show all
It
this
is very
respect to
weird.
people who you'll show respect to people like this, but then you'll throw your life and career or whatever away to keep that respect to somebody who got you where you were, where you shouldn't have been. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. That street life stuff
Kind of
is
strange.
crazy.
Like my mom, she really didn't like Brandon, but she never really got to know him like I did. I've known this kid since middle school. I've known him all his life. And why? Because I've known him all his life. So I really wasn't worried about him. I knew that if he was going to go to that place, I knew he'd be fine because he's fine. He's living in Florida. He's got a son, he's got a daughter, and I've always had his back. I've always been that number one homie. But yeah, my mom was more afraid, okay, my son's hanging out with him. The one thing I don't want is a phone call saying my son's been arrested. But that's why she still never got it. Why? Because it's never happened. Because my friends dropped me off at home. They do it without me being around.
Yep. Respected you.
It's
They respected
respectful.
you. Yep. And people. Some people don't understand that dynamic with street life, but there is that dynamic of street life where people can be the dirtiest thugs of all, but they can have respect for a certain person, and make sure they're not in this shit. And that says a lot. Real quick, let's talk about, because we're at 7:20. Talk about again where you're gonna be on December 9th.
Okay. Real quick, I'm gonna be at Ludlow, Massachusetts with my company, TBO Takeover Battle League. I know I said that really, really fast. So Takeover Battle League is my rap company, and we go by the name of Hawk Crew, HAWK Crew, and I had Instagram. That's EHAWK HAWKGANG. That's my personal Instagram. So if you want to book me for shows, for speaking events, for anything, absolutely anything, if you want to book it, just contact me and I'll get you the information to my company, and then my company will talk to you. And if everything goes well, we'll show up.
And speaking of battle rap, Kevin Jeffries, big shout out to Kevin Jeffries, Happy Hour with Lido. He covers battle rap out there in his area of Ohio. And, battle rap is one of those things I've been lucky enough.
Funny how you said Ohio. It's funny how you said Ohio, because I got fans in Ohio that found me on my first Instagram, known as E-Hawk Crazy White Boy. I know that's a big name, but it was such a big name that I had fans in Ohio. I got fans in California. I got fans in Detroit, Michigan, Ohio. Yeah, so multiple states I had fans, and then one day I go in and it got hacked. But you know what? That didn't stop me. So DM me on my Instagram, DM me on my Facebook for anything. And like I said, we can talk, and as long as my company is okay with it, we'll show up.
So December 9th, I'm not sure if I know we have an event on December 8th that we've been promoting on this show that Deanna Marie is performing at. It's the Boom Squad Radio. That's on December 8th. I don't think I have anything on the 9th. If I don't, maybe I will try to make it out to Ludlow and show you some support and see some battle rap and go on. But I want to thank you for coming on the show, man, and hanging out with us.
No problem.
And again, social media, Instagram, YouTube, right?
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you I already sent you a screenshot or a link to my Instagram. I inboxed it to you.
Okay. Well, if you can, I've got a lot of people in this chat right now. If you can drop it in the chat on.
Okay, I'm gonna drop it in the chat, and I'm gonna inbox it to you, and then that way you can pass it to them.
Sounds good. That works. Once you put in the comments, they'll see it in the comments anyway. So what we're gonna do is gonna take a quick break. I want to thank Morgan E. Hawk for coming on. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to get my next guest on here, Rift Animes. Woohoo! Klay McKenzie. He's going to talk about that New York Comic Con. And we're going to be right back after this. Here we go.
Yeah. What? Yeah, see, I ain't ever been betrayed by an enemy. That shit is only ever come from them saying friend to me. They soul is black, soaking up all of my backup energy. I feel the drain through all the pain, depletes in its entirety. It's piracy, and any thought of reconciling blind to me. You were my people that I chose, you were my family, and didn't realize what you had, your bad need clarity. Because respect is something earned, you can't use bribery. You thought I was a sheep and I would fall in line, but a real bitch tell it like it is, that's facts, this here's my time. Y'all out here out your ever loving minds. You had no idea the kind of storm of shit you would find.
It's your boy Black C. Let me talk to him, V. Check. Listen, is you living well? Scratch that, is you living real? Tell me what your grind like, do it pay the bills? Just overlooking the field, or do you play for real? Cause look, I'm trying to build, I ain't got time to chill. It's going down, avalanche, hotter than the bayou. I'm seasoned, Zatarans. They so in love with the cocoa. Put a star on they head, they tone Romo. Give them the glow, they some hope for the hype. Not just lyrics that I write, put my soul through this mic. Like a breeze, way I blow through. Want it bad as you breathe, gotta go harder than most do. Feel the plan if you don't plan to fail. At any given moment, could blow just like a loaded shell. Where we from ain't just the weather that's cold. To make it here, you need skin thick as wallaby souls. Now get green.
All right, man, if y'all was banging on that beat, yo, that was Last Thing. That was a collabo between Viana Marie and Black C. I was actually thinking about nominating that shit right there for collabo of the year, but we had to go with the one that came out this year, which was a little bit different with her Infamous Mob. But Viana Marie on that last project, It's Personal, she had some collabos that was just punch you in your face type of collabos. Hey, I gotta thank Morgan E. Hawk for coming on the show. He was just hanging out with us. My second guest is on with me before we get into the news booth. And hey, Drafting the Circuit season finale is live tonight after the booth at 8:30. We're going to be closing down the race season. F1 ended last week. We got a lot to talk about, but my second guest is on here. He was on here before Rift Anime's Klay McKenzie. I seen this dude in the summertime over here at the park. There was an event. He was there with his book, his graphic novel. But I got him back on here because I wanted him to talk about some of these things that he's been doing and going. And my man was able to go to New York Comic Con, man. What's up?
Yo, what's going on, Brody?
Oh, man, shit. You've been all over the place. You've been holding it down. You've been grinding. I've been real envious because when you get to go to these comic book shows and be vendors there, you get to see all them special coming attractions and things like that they be showing, and you get to meet up with all these other people that are there. New York Comic Con is one of the biggest. Boston is big too. Boston's Comic Con is no joke. So isn't Rhode Island. The Northeast is killing it. And I've always said, if I had my chance, I want to go out to California. And I think we're looking to maybe try to go out there. I think it's next year or the year after. The new Dragon Ball Z movie is supposed to be unveiled at the California Comic Con, and I would love to just see the premiere of a Dragon Ball Z movie at a Comic Con. It's gotta be like next level.
Yeah, definitely. Those Dragon Ball Z movies are no joke. So you ain't lying about that, bro.
Yeah, and coming out of COVID, there was a Dragon Ball Z movie that had opened up here for the first time in America. And I remember telling people, I forget what movie it was going up against. And somebody was like, oh, we're coming out of COVID. You know, Godzilla had killed it. There was a couple of movies that killed it, but somebody was like, oh, this movie's going to kill it this week. No, it's not. And it was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, Dragon Ball Z is about to kill everything opening up this weekend. And they was like, no way. They were like, no. I'm like, dude, I'm just telling you right now. You have no idea how big the fan base is for Dragon Ball Z. And sure enough, when that Dragon Ball Z movie opened here in America, killed it. Killed everything. It wiped everything off the plate.
It was the thing.
For like 2 weeks. I remember we saw it in Randolph at IMAX, and it was the first show was sold. It was sold out quick.
That's Dragon Ball Z for you. The #1 hit.
Yep. So we got a lot of good stuff coming up, man. But what's it been like, man? You all summer you've been grinding, man. You've been going to these awards. What's up? Tell us about it.
Yo, man, it's definitely been a journey of growth. I've definitely learned a lot about business and like a lot about art, a lot about just everything. Like I feel like this entire journey has definitely expanded my knowledge on this stuff. And like I've managed to make some really good connections over at Comic-Con. I can't speak on too much right now, but
of course,
I managed to land some. I managed to land some really solid connections that really helped me open my eyes to the next level of this stuff. So we're just doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff right now, and we got some really, really super dope stuff planned for the spring.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that, because one of those things about going to the Comic Cons and hosting these Comic Cons and stuff is the networking. Networking is one of the biggest parts of the Comic Cons, and I'm glad to see that you were able to get out there, get it in. And it's funny because every time I go to the barber shop, and your book is there, your 3 books are there at the barber shop, so it cracks me up to see them there. And we're all kind of proud of you. We're like proud of this. We're like, hey, this kid was coming in here selling his comic book at the barbershop, and we laugh about it, and it's like, but that's good. He's doing it. He's doing his thing. It's not like some of these kids who come in and get their haircuts, and then the next thing you know, you're at their funeral. So
yeah,
very, very, and that's just facts of the hood. That's how it is. That's just facts. So for you, it's good stuff. Like you said, you really can't talk about that some of the networking things, but what was the one of the biggest takeaways you took from this experiences that you've had over the summer by attending these Comic Cons?
Yo, if I could be honest with you, Keith, the biggest thing I learned is you want to get someone who knows what they're doing on whatever task you need done, particularly for your brand. So for example, like sometimes it's good to just I feel like a lot of starting up entrepreneurs, they'll think that they're Superman, and they'll try to do their own marketing, they'll do their own everything, they'll wear all the different hats. And I feel like there comes a point in every young entrepreneur's career where they have to realize, okay, maybe I'm not as good at this as someone else who I could maybe hire to do it for me. And realizing that has really, I feel like, taken my brand to the next level. Like finding where I fit in with Riff, and then getting other people to fit in places where I really don't fit in that well. I just wanted, probably back in the summer, I'll even say, as early back as then, I was under the impression like, okay, I can probably just do all this because I'm Superman. But no, that's not the case. Nobody's Superman. And, I feel like I was really glad to learn that, because it really helped me out in the long run. I'm glad I managed to learn that.
And the good thing is, and let's be real, the good thing is that not just that you learned it, the good thing is that you accepted it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they'll learn stuff, but they won't accept it. They won't let others do it. And I'm going through that right now with we're seeing a lot of success with this podcast that I co-produce called Oscar Mike Radio. And some of the stuff that we're doing with that show is because I reached out to Travis, and there were some things I felt we want to change. And I knew that he was very hands-on. He loved this project, but I watched one of his episodes, and he spoke very openly about himself and some of his things. And I'm like, wow, that gave me the opening to approach him. And he took my advice. Yeah. And he was a little leery, but he took the advice, and boom, we haven't stopped. We haven't stopped since then. So I get what you're saying. Sometimes it's just certain things, and it's nice because the things that this other person or whoever is focusing on for you, now you can focus on, like you said, you can focus on those things you like and don't have to worry about those other things behind the scene. You don't have to worry about getting to the hotel after an event and be tired, but still have to send out 200 emails to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So
you got a guy for it now.
Exactly. That's the best thing, the best kind of feeling. But like I said, the best thing here is that you accepted it. That's where some people fail. They don't accept it. They don't accept that.
I agree with that. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think that's the number one thing that makes most young entrepreneurs end up failing and quitting on themselves, because they feel like since they aren't Superman, that they're just no good. There's a balance on it, like you're somewhere in the middle there. Like You're not necessarily Superman, but you're not necessarily dirt either. Like, you have to find out what you're good at in your business and then do that. And if that even just means just funding it, sometimes it just be that. But, you know, it's just certain things. It's better if you leave it to someone who's more professional than you. Because at the end of the day, just like how you were saying with your boy there, how you guys kind of collabed on a podcast and how it's way more dope, it's because you need people, you know, like you need people no matter what industry you're in, because that's just going to always bolster it. Because, you know, especially something like Riff is just a narrative that I'm trying to give to the people. And once I started realizing it that way, I feel like that helped it go to the next level as well. Because I feel like for the longest time, I made Riff like a me thing. And, you know, in a way, it always will be a me thing. But the reality of it is my goal is to get Riff to the people. You know what I mean? And without the people, Riff is nothing. So it's just as simple as that. Without the fans or nothing, it's just on the ground.
And you know what's funny? And I'm just going to put you out here right now. I'm going to tell you, we had you on just before the summer. And I can tell you right now, I'm speaking with you right now, and this is no bullshit. I can hear the growth in your voice. Wow. I can hear, and if anybody watched the show with Klay before, what the big differences I see in you right now and about your rift is your confidence right now. And
wow, thank you.
And that's something I see, because you've recognized, you've now put what you needed to put into play, and you're confident about where you're going and what you're doing, and you can hear it in your voice, and you can watch it. You can go back and watch your first interview with me and watch your second interview with me, and you're going to be like, holy shit. You're going to realize it. Even though you're watching yourself, you are going to see that difference between just your delivery, just your poise, just your professionalism. Your second interview with me, and I'm already seeing it, and I already know it. And like I said, what you're oozing right now is that confidence. and that's key. That's key. Being at these comic book conventions and stuff, what was your biggest, did you have any fanboy moments this year?
No fanboy moments.
Oh,
I didn't get to run into anyone. No, I didn't get to run into anyone just yet. But one thing that was really dope when I went there. So I went there with this group called Vivid Panel. They're this really awesome group of guys who they're a bunch of independent comic book artists like myself. And, you know, I joined up with them to go over there to sell, so I could sell Riff alongside with their books. And it was out of 12 artists, I sold top 3 out of all 12 artists. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. That was definitely really awesome. And that was if I just to put it lightly, that was me just getting warmed up. Like, the next time I do something like that, I'm gonna definitely go way crazier.
Right. Now, when you got done with that, was there things that you, because I tell people this, if you leave something and you find that there are things that you could have changed up and did differently, and you could put that in place for the next time, did you come away with something like that where you could say, man?
Yes, absolutely.
That's okay.
Absolutely. I definitely did. And I'm trying to just put it into execution now. Like, I definitely feel like Riff's presentation can, from that time at least, could have definitely been a lot more professional. Like how I came versus how I'm trying to come is just two different things. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm just building Riff up, you know, kind of in the shadows. I haven't really been posting on social media like that lately, for a reason, you know, and I'm planning on making a huge noise sometime in the spring or summer. So just be on the lookout for that, guys.
And that's about the right time, because what we find the same thing here with music and DJing and stuff. We find once this week of Thanksgiving hit, we find that a lot of people, they check out. A lot of people, once Thanksgiving hits, a lot of people check out from a lot of things, because, and we see it in the workplace, you know, the conference calls get shortened because more people are on vacation in these next couple of months. People are thinking more about what they're going to buy for gifts in these next 3 weeks versus what they need to do at work. So a lot of people check out from now until February. So usually, that's about a good time. Spring is about the time to kind of kick back in, and that's when your conventions really start to roll back around and start picking up speed. So that's good to hear. Any thoughts? The last time I asked you, were you talking about bringing your comic to video? Were you able to make any connections with that?
So I haven't made any connections with that, but I'm okay with that because the connections and the realizations that I did have over there have made me realize that Riff is actually not ready for that step yet.
Oh shit! Oh, I like it.
Riff
I
is
like
not
hearing
ready for
you
that
say
step
that.
yet. Yeah, I want Riff to really have a strong foundation, and I feel like because with Riff I'm trying to create a legacy, you know, and in order to create a good legacy, you have to have a good foundation. Otherwise, you're just a joke. You're just a clown, you know. And it's like you can be a clown or you could be a real baller. So it's like you want to make sure you have a good foundation and have a good solid fan base. Because if I just go to video with it, I feel like Riff's foundation is not strong enough because I'm trying to go up against the big dogs. You know what I mean? You can't just go up against the big dogs, no foundation. You're gonna get knocked off your feet.
Man, you put the smile on my face. I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn, yo, you know what you need to, and see, and a lot of brothers, a lot of people, look, a lot of people who start a business stuff, a lot of people are hard-headed. A lot of people don't recognize I was too. The stuff they're not ready for. You know what I'm saying? There's some people who would say, my project is ready for this. I don't care. I know it's ready for this. And this is where, like you said, this is where people fail. Putting themselves into stuff that then they have no business putting this stuff in. They're putting the wagon before the horse. Yep. The fact that you acknowledge that and know that and you're aware, you're self-aware of that, that's where I'm going to keep watching you and hope for you to succeed because you're recognizing things and accepting. That's the key word here. Accepting. You're accepting what you need to fix or what you're not ready for. Because we see this.
Yeah.
I see this a lot in a lot of people. A lot of people out there, they put that wagon before the horse. When COVID hit, everybody wanted to do podcasting. When COVID hit, everybody wanted to be a podcaster. It's true, you're right. Everybody. And people was coming to me, and I'm like, okay, yeah. And people like, can you help me get my podcast up? And I'm like, look, first of all, here's the thing. We ain't going to have COVID forever. And once COVID goes away, this is work. And I told everybody, out of all the people that came to me about podcasting during COVID, I have really only 2 shows. Of all the people that I started producing, of all 2 shows, that's probably 10% of all the people that hit me up and said that they wanted to do this, do that. Because at the end of the day, it's work. It's work. Right. When you get back to the real world and work your 9-to-5 job, it's work. And a lot of people didn't accept that. You know, we had a lot of people who had a podcast and then they wanted to spend $2,000 on merchandise to sell merchandise for a podcast you haven't even put out there yet and nobody's viewed yet. How are you going to sell merch?
No foundation. No type of foundation, they want to get the leaves before they get the roots.
Yeah. And you know, it's me. I've been doing this podcast. I've been doing this show for a minute. And you know, I'm to the point now where I got people complaining and in my inbox like, yo, Keith, where's the hats? Where's the coffee mugs? Where's my son's in inference? Where's the hoodies? Now I know. Okay, y'all are bugging me for stuff. Now let me get this stuff. Because I wasn't going to put it out there and not have it sell and not have it be. So now everybody's asking me for it. Okay, now I know I can support this merch. But if y'all don't buy it, I'm going to be upset. But I tested it. I bought beanies. I got a good deal on beanies. And the beanies went so fast. I was like, oh. So I know a lot of people been in my inbox about hoodies. And I haven't gotten around to do it because I've been super busy. But the hoodies are coming. But yeah, you're right. Acknowledging and knowing what you need and what you don't need is key to the success of your brand. And that's awesome.
Yeah. It's very crucial. And you know, I've been just doing another thing I definitely realized is me myself, like as a person, like if I don't give myself that personal foundation, then I'm not going to be no help to Riff. And, kind of being the main guy of Riff, it definitely needs to be that I have a good foundation. So I really just kind of took a step back and really tried to look at the bigger picture of Riff and see what objectively is the best move for it, and like just try and take my personal feelings out of it, really just look at it like, okay, what is going to get me to my goal? My feelings aside, because I feel like as men, we tend to let our feelings, because we're logical creatures, so we'll let our feelings get in the way of what really needs to happen. And I feel like when you can, and that's a skill, I feel like once you master that skill of taking your feelings out of it, you just start to really realize stuff. Like it starts clicking to you, and you'll realize it's always been in front of your face too sometimes. Like, and I think it's a beautiful thing, when you're able to do that.
Nice, good stuff, man. Glad to have you on. We're at 7:45, and I got to get ready to close out this show in a little bit with the last bit of topics. So I got to blow out of here, and I got to get ready to do Drafting the Circuits in 10 minutes. So I want you to mention all your social media and stuff before I let you go.
So you guys can check me out at Riff Anime Instagram, and my Facebook is Riff Anime. My YouTube is Riff Anime, and my Twitter is Riff Anime. And I would say go ahead and check it out while you can, because in a few weeks, months, all that content's going to be completely different. So go check it out while you can. Screenshot what you can.
Ooh, completely different.
Completely different.
Oh, you got me interested here.
We're going to be coming a whole new type of way.
Oh, shoot. You got me interested. Okay. I'm going to be waiting now. I'm going to have to get have to get you back on to unveil and talk about it.
I would love to, bro.
Oh, man. Yeah, drop me a PM, because I really want to be involved with that one when you ready to unveil. I really would like to see it. Because you're doing good things, and I like.
Thank you.
I like when youth of Brockton is doing a lot of positive stuff, and we've got some stories coming up in that. So, dude, I want to thank you for coming on the show, Klay. Rift Anime is the name of his business. Check out the comic book, and real quick, what are you looking forward to? Are you a Godzilla fan?
You want to know what? I actually am a Godzilla fan. I haven't seen too many films, but I actually love Godzilla. Like, he's like one of my favorite movie characters.
We're going. Well, I got look right here.
Yes, sir.
This Saturday, Godzilla -1, and I'll be talking about that in the news booth coming up. But Godzilla -1 this Saturday in Randolph. There's like 7 of us going to see this movie.
Y'all going deep.
Oh, we going real deep. So, yeah. Klay, I want to thank you for coming on the show. Rift Anime,
so much, man.
Rift magazine, comic, graphic novel.
Woo!
Yes, there you go. Show them, man. This is good stuff.
Screenshot it while you can.
Yeah, exactly. Because, like I said, I grabbed my copies with a quickness when you came on the show. So I definitely
the collector's items now, man.
Oh shoot! So you really change. You get ready to really change it up.
It's collector's items. Did I sign them for you?
You know what? Let me check and see, because I don't think so. I think I just ordered, and they got shipped to the house. Okay, all right. We'll have to hook up. Yeah, we'll have to hook up.
Yeah,
we'll have to link up. Definitely link up. So I want to thank Klay for coming on the show. Gonna take a quick break. We're gonna be back to get ready to close out the show. And we got Drafting the Circuits coming up at 8:30. So let me take a quick break here, and we're going to be right back.
Bye, guys. Thanks, bro. Yeah, no problem. Okay. Same to you, bro. Same to you. You too. Peace.
You can't use bribery. You thought I was a sheep and I would fall in line. But a real bitch tell it like it is. That's fast. Here's my dime. Y'all out here out here ever loving.
All right, I had to make that real quick. Thank you for hanging on with me. We got to get into this show, though. We got to get right into the news booth. 7:50, 10 minutes. What's going on, Dougie? I see you guys out there. In the news booth, bam, 30-mile walk challenge. Stop soldier suicide. I'm walking 30. I'm actually over the 30 miles. I killed it. I'm over the 30 miles for the month. And I'm still walking. To raise money for 30 miles to stop suicide, soldier suicide. Please donate. They actually sent me a shirt for reaching $100. They actually sent me a shirt. I'll be posting the new pictures of me wearing the shirt probably within the next week or so. This weekend was the 37th annual Brockton Holiday Parade and Celebration. 37 years. John Marion of Marion Tuxedo, he was the organizer of all these parades over the years. He was actually the Grand Marshal for this parade. So it was great to see John Marion, the Grand Marshal, this year. He's well deserved to have that this year. Hornstra Farms, which took over in Whitman. Look, they were supposed to have a soft opening after Peaceful Meadows closed and they acquired Peaceful Meadows. They were supposed to have a soft opening. Nope, no such thing, people. No soft opening for them. Hornstra Dairy Farms was packed, busy. They had a ton of stuff out there for people. Eggnog, fresh eggnog. They were doing pies. Man, they were killing it. So you want to head on down there. They're open for business. Hornstra Farms, dairy farms since 1915. They've been in business. Also, Toyota is boasting about a new battery. They're saying that their new EV that they've got out there right now, they're going to be putting out there is, okay, here it goes, people. They're boasting 745 miles on a 10-minute charge. This is what they're saying, Toyota. 745 miles on a 10-minute charge. That's a game changer. Because the whole argument with people was that EVs is 300 to 350 miles on a full charge. And people were complaining about that. And it was like, well, 350 miles is what you get before you have to stop at the gas station and fill up anyway. So that argument is stupid, people. When you throw that out there about EVs not being as efficient, well, now they've got double that before you have to charge. 745 miles on a 10-minute charge. So think about that. Toyota is boasting that, and Hyundai is right behind them. Supposedly Hyundai has a battery. What's going on, Mark Blair? I see you in the chat. Also in the news booth, a Japanese company has awarded non-smoking employees for 6 extra vacation days to compensate for all them dumbass breaks you smokers take at work that be pissing everybody off. You know who you are. We get 10-minute coffee break. Everybody got their 10-minute coffee break. Then 10 minutes after coffee break, you outside in the cold. Then you come back in 3, 4, 5 times a day. Cigarette break. While us non-smokers, we get the 2 10-minute coffee breaks and our 30-minute lunch break. Yep. So some Japanese company has decided to compensate non-smoking employees 6 extra days. Now that's lucky, because here in Brockton, to be honest, if you're a police officer, if you're a firefighter, you're actually not supposed to smoke, because smoking leads to diseases and it boosts up the cost of health insurance. So realistically, if you're like a cop or a firefighter, you're really not even supposed to be smoking in some cities, because you can lose your benefits. In the legal booth, Darryl Hall files a restraining order against Sean Oates from doing songs that they made popular together. This is some petty ass stuff, to the point where I just want to tell Darryl Hall,
do something else. Do something else. That's it. That's all we want. Do something else. Holy
do something else. Y'all made those hits together. Bro, what's so wrong about him doing a song that y'all did together to make a little money on the side, bro? You did the songs together, so what if he wants to do Man Eater? And you all are broken up and you all are doing solo tours. So what? You could do Man Eater too and you can make your money. Come on now. That's some petty bullshit, right? That's petty stuff, right? Stop it, Darryl. Stop it. In the entertainment booth, Alexis Turner of Brockton, 9 years old. She was in Good Burger 2. It debuted on the 22nd on Paramount Plus. Or no, Peacock. It actually debuted on Peacock. And Alexa actually played Ketchup, who was the daughter of Ed. If you guys know Good Burger. Welcome to Good Burger. Can I take your order? Ed picked up the franchise. He owned the franchise and he named all his kids after condiments. And Alexis was Ketchup. I'm actually reached out to her mom and we tried to see if we can get her on the booth. Dougie Fubar Studio, he's asking who owns the rights? Who owns the rights to the songs? Darryl Hall does because he wrote the songs. Yes, he wrote the songs, so he does own the rights, but it's still, for me, it's being petty. It's being petty. If you're in the Jackson 5 and Tito wrote almost all this, you know what I'm saying? That's petty to me. That's petty to me. You both put in the work. Yeah, I get it. Darryl Hall wrote them songs. But without John Oates, them songs wouldn't have been them songs. You would just be going around the country singing Caddyshack. Oh, no, that was actually Kenny Loggins. My bad. Caddyshack was Kenny Loggins. Darryl Hall had nothing to do with that. I don't even think Darryl Hall had a solo song. I don't even think Darryl Hall had a solo song. In the entertainment booth, also, Bray Wyatt is rumored to be fast-tracked into the WWE Hall of Fame. If you guys remember this year, Bray Wyatt suffered a heart attack and passed away, leaving behind a wife and a child. So the word is that this year he will lead the inductee nominations for WWE Hall of Fame 2024. I'm not mad at that. I don't think anybody in the wrestling world, AEW, NJPW, anybody, I don't think anybody would argue or disagree with that. I am all for him being fast-tracked. Survivor Series was this past weekend. If you guys saw the Survivor Series, the men War Games was crazy. It was crazy. It didn't disappoint. It blew up it broke the internet. It's legit. The numbers are in. I watched Raw last night. Survivor Series broke the internet because of one man. CM Punk. Now, 3 people actually came back. R-Truth came back, which was funny as hell. And then that man up there, Randy Orton, he came back. And then CM Punk came back and was on Raw last night talking about, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. Well, you know who was bothered by that? Matt Riddle was bothered by it. Matt Riddle actually tweeted and said, hey, WWE, you thought I was hard to deal with? Laughing, crying emoji. Have fun with the 0 and 2 CM Punk. And he tagged CM Punk. Matt Riddle, okay, let's get into this tweet right here. Let's get into this tweet right here by Matt Riddle. First of all, Matt Riddle, 0 and 2. You're making a reference to the man's record in the UFC. Has absolutely nothing to do with what this man has done for professional wrestling. Absolutely nothing. So why would you even mention the 0 and 2 UFC record? That means you're being petty. Petty as Darryl Hall. Because Matt Riddle, we all know the reason why you're not in the WWE. The reason why you're not in the WWE is because you were sent off to rehab. You came back and you got into the crap again after doing a rehab stint. And you got also put under an accusation of sexual assault. Which is why the WWE dropped your ass. So that's the hard to deal with they're talking about. CM Punk has anger issues, supposedly, from if you're listening to Mr. Khan. But that's still, a lot of people debate that really didn't happen the way it went down. CM Punk is also older and has matured. People can change, like Triple H said during the press conference. So, Matt Riddle, you may want to start being petty. Being petty. The women in the Survivor Series. The women held it down. That match was insane. Io Sky came off the top of the cage with a friggin' garbage can on her head. Off the top of the cage. Also, the women's match was the opening match, which I thought was kind of crazy, but then it paid off because it was the most viewed opening match outside of WrestleMania. That is insane. And you guys see me right here? Bushwhackers, the brothers, bring them back. One of them passed away. One of the Bushwhacker brothers passed away. Actually, last year, I want to say. It was last year. This weekend, got my Godzilla shirt on right here for you. Man, oh man, oh man. Godzilla -1 has opened up in Japan. It's been open since the first week of November in Japan. It debuted here in America, only in California. Tomorrow night is Fan Fest night for Godzilla here in the country. It opens up at selected theaters tomorrow in certain cities. And here's the thing, people, with Godzilla. Over in Japan, Godzilla -1 is nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, and Best Supporting Actress for the 48th Hochi Film Awards. This is the equivalent of the Academy Awards. A Godzilla film. Nominated for 4 of those categories is insane. So this Godzilla must be crazy to get those type of nods in Japan. So we'll know, because Saturday, we're going 7 deep. Sean John will no longer be sold at Macy's. Puffy's problems, Sean Combs' problems are now bleeding over into his brand. Macy's said it's phasing it out. It will no longer be sold. Welcome to Marshalls. I'm sorry. Welcome to Marshalls, Sean John. Ocean State Job Lot. Burlington Coat Factory. Anya Taylor-Joy is in talks to play the villain in MCU's Fantastic Four. For those who don't know this, because y'all get triggered over some dumb things. Anya Taylor-Joy, who I'm not even sure of who she is. I heard she was in New Mutants and a couple other things. I'd never even seen any of her things before, but she's in talks to play Silver Surfer. Now, there was a female version of Silver Surfer on Earth 829 called Jorah. And on Earth 6116, which everyone's familiar with, is Norman Rad. Now, people forget, we have the multiverses in. I've always known this. Anybody who's read the comic books, the watchers oversee this. But people are already triggered. They're already accusing Marvel of gender swapping Jorah for a narrative. No. There was a female Silver Surfer. I saw one person go out there and say, I'm not accepting this. You're making Silver Surfer a female, and Silver Surfer was never a female, ever. Silver Surfer was a female. Read your comic books. y'all get triggered for the little stupidest things, man. Stupidest stuff. Also, AI. AI was asked to create the Mona Lisa. Take a good look at that picture. AI was asked to create the Mona Lisa. And it did. This is what AI thought from spending all this time on the internet with us and everything we watch and what we do. This is what the AI thought Mona Lisa would look like recreated. First of all, I'm not mad at AI right now. Oh, because they're probably showing you the version of what every man probably thinks of what the Mona Lisa should look like. But for me, I saw this picture, and I'm like, damn, Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa looks mad familiar. Who does the Mona Lisa look like? Who's AI maybe possibly infatuated with? Could it be Lily from AT&T, the AT&T girl who's like the low-key secret hottie? Don't lie, y'all seen Lily on the AT&T commercials. Y'all seen her, and you always like, damn, I wonder what she really looks like dressed. Well, there she is. Here's Lily from the AT&T commercials, looking like the Mona Lisa. You all won't be looking at the AT&T commercials the same way after seeing that one, though. I'll tell you that. Oh, man. Let's get into the sports booth 806. I got to blow through this stuff. In the sports booth, Brockton Junior Boxers raffle giveaway. Baskets will proceed to send these ladies to Orlando, Florida for the cheerleading competition. Brockton Junior Boxers, please, 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 $20 to buy a ticket or scan the codes for Venmo and Cash App. Also in the news booth, in sports booth, Patriots lost to the Giants. Well, they didn't lose. Let's just, because 98.5, Leroy Urban and all these guys, they were out there and they already called it after the game. They already called it. It's now, they feel like it's definitive proof. Patriots didn't lose to the Giants on Sunday, 10-7. Hate to say this, Patriots tanked. Had a chance to win the game twice, messed up twice, and then blew a field goal to tie the game to send it into overtime. A field goal. Short distance. People are saying that the team is tanking. That's the word now. Belichick walked right off the interview partway through. The reporters, the beat reporters, who we all know are all on the payroll anyway, pretty much most of them, they don't ask the tough questions. The questions were all kind of fluff questions. But a lot of people here in sports radio, and a lot of people are talking that T word. A lot of people are saying this has been going on for the last 2 weeks. Because everybody was like confused when they lost in Germany to the Colts before the bye week. And everybody was all confused then. And that was another game that they could have won. They could have beat the Colts in Germany. But then there was some stuff that you were like, what the F is, like the play calling. Like in Germany, they had 167 yards on the ground. And they went away from the run game and lost. And it was the same thing here. The Giants couldn't stop the run. Ezekiel Elliott had 4.4. No, Ezekiel Elliott was averaging 5 yards per carry. Rondre Stevenson was averaging 4.4 yards per carry. Yet, you went away from the run. And you lose 10-7 on a missed field goal. The T word is real, people. Tanking is real. Biden bombshells. There wasn't much for Biden this week. Why? Because everybody attended Jimmy Carter's wife's funeral. The First Lady, Rosalind Carter, passed away last week. Everybody was there to support Jimmy Carter and his wife. And as I mentioned on this show last week, Rosalind Carter was a big, big part of bringing mental health awareness to the masses. She was the First Lady to speak on and to bring up that whole topic of mental health awareness, and that they were able to funnel a lot of programs that were unfortunately ended later on, which is why we have all the mental health issues out on our streets and out in society that we have today. Dave Haggerty, what's going on? Thank you for dropping into the chat. Also, the Hamas Israel conflict, 53 days into this mess over there. Well, guess what? There's a ceasefire, and the ceasefire has been extended. The fifth group of hostages has been released, and they've agreed to extend the ceasefire. I think the original ceasefire was for 4 days, and they've agreed to extend this ceasefire, and so they can release more hostages. So let's applaud that. And hope they're headed in the right direction. Again, I got to thank everybody for tuning in the show, hanging out with me, watching the show. There's my outro banners popping up here. All the people that support the show with the beanies that I talked about that were sold out, that went bye-bye fast. Fast. Also, the shows that I produce, I'm going to be changing those up soon because I've got some new shows to add and some shows that are going to be going away. But it's good stuff there. Maddie C Sports for You and Me. Happy Hour with Lido. Fubar Studios. We've got Homeward Heroes Salute Podcast. Platinum City Gaming. 75-cent wings. Every NFL football game. Wow, we're at week 12. How much time left? Also, Stop Soldier Suicide. Walk 1 mile a day. 30 miles is what you have to walk. I'm already over. 2 more days left. Make a donation. Music Night, November 30th, 7 to 9, 31 Watch Street, North Attleboro. Make sure to check this event out. Featuring Music Man, Brian Katie Welch. And we've got 2 days left to buy a bag at Stop and Shop, where they will donate $1 from the price of the bag to veterans. There's 2 days left on that. The I think I want to say it's New Bedford Pack Holiday Festival takes place Sunday, December 3rd, 11 to 4 p.m., 639 Orchard Street. Toys for Tots, Boom Squad Radio. Vianna Marie will be performing on November 5th to December 8th. You want to donate a toy and drop a toy off, but December 8th is the event, and Vianna Marie, bam, right there, will be performing December 8th, 7 p.m. She will be the headliner. Also, donate now. $ Boom Squad Radio Show, Toys for Tots. And here in Brockton, this event will be taking place December 15th. This will be put on by Fire Winds of Hope. It's their 7th annual Holiday of Hope. And also, this here is another Christmas toy donation. Drop-off location, 294 Winthrop Street. This is to help residents of Taunton. And then there's another one here in Brockton. The African American Association of Brockton presents City Christmas Toy Donation. Please drop your emails to the email listed below. There's a phone number to call. Also, New England Lobsters kick off their season next year here in Brockton. The New England Lobsters. Oh, no, Chowderheads. New England Chowderheads. My bad. Lobsters was the name I had put in. And then the 2024 Influencer Awards, May 18th, 2024, is when it takes place. Vianna Marie is nominated for Best Female Hip Hop Artist. Remy TV Influencer Awards. Also, Kimberly Ann Empowerment Photography. Check out Kimberly Ann Empowerment Photography if you get some photos done, ladies. It'll make you feel comfortable. That's it. We're out of here. It's 8:13. Good stuff. Great stuff. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in the show, hanging out with me for tonight. And I got to get ready to get off the air because I got Drafting the Circuits coming up at 8:30, people. 8:30, Drafting the Circuits closing out their season. It's good stuff. I got to rush out of here, get going. SpongeBob, do me a favor. You can take all these people here in the chat home, but if you want to hang around and watch Drafting the Circuits, you most certainly can. But other than that, SpongeBob, do me a favor. Take those who want to leave home.
See you next Tuesday.
Thank you for listening to The Booth on Hoobazoo and HatcherRadio.com. Please follow the Facebook page and subscribe to the podcast at Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. The Booth is a Sinister One production hosted by Sinister One.
I've got to start hanging out with friends that are a little more intelligent and understand politics and stuff. It's just that I'm up on this level up here, and all my friends are down here. Me, nah. You guys, nah. Maybe a little more down in here. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
I smoke, I drink, I do my thing. These bitches hating, so you know I got to make it plain. Don't do cocaine, but your chick, my main. We stick together, true forever, yeah, you know we bang. I miss those days, which was easy. If only I made it, keep this shit on repeat. Now that I done upgraded, I've been upstate, and y'all think I'm playing. And I got a hit now for these weak ass hoes who think I ain't slaying. Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing, cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip, I don't need that shit, I got my own now.
I ain't hurt, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, 'cause on everything I'ma have to bring the whole city out.
WHOOBAZOO, that's Susie.com.
Enter website, enter website, enter website, enter website.